Hey guys, Blazie here, and I am reviewing the 2012 Ninja Turtles. Why that one? Why not the other ones? Well, that's pretty simple really. Why not the 80s? Why not the 2000s? Well, because I just finished the 2012 series, for one, and well, I thought it would be fun to talk about. And besides, the thing with the other two, really, everyone likes those series. The 80s is an instant classic. So compared to the other stuff I've done, like Extreme Dinosaurs and Street Shark, I don't feel like the 80s Ninja Turtles really needs a whole video to it. Because to me, it's like an instant 10 out of 10. It's a classic, and sure, it's weird as hell a lot of the time. It's so overly corny, but that's just what it was, and it made it so awesome. It was the pinnacle of 80s cartoons, and one of the most remembered. Like, even though it started to go off the handles a bit, because I watched the whole 80s TV show, I actually watched it all, and it does start to lose itself a little bit in, like, the later seasons. It starts to get really weird, like, weirder, but it's still a really good series. It's still very heavily remembered. And then the 2003 series was a much darker, edgier take on it, and it's my favourite Tmnt series and version of the characters and stories and such. I love the 2003 series and give that a 10 out of 10 easily, even though it does as well start to lose itself, which happens a lot with the TMNT thing I've noticed, but it's still a very great show to watch. Now I will say spoilers ahead, okay? Spoilers. So now we have the 2012 series by Nickelodeon. Now, this show right away got some flack for its designs, going to the 3D CGI style animation, and admittedly, I was one of them who thought it was weird. But it's the Turtles in the end, so I had to give it a go eventually, and I have to say, the animation is great. I really enjoy the 3D style they got here. There's some great action with them using the 3D environments very well. It's got some good stuff here. I really like it a lot. I really like a lot of the designs. Unfortunately, not a fan of Donnie in this series, which sucks because he is my favourite turtle. But in this, like, I like him. I just don't really like his design, like the gap tooth. What's up with that? Like, why? It's such an odd choice. It's really a shame, but the others look great. Raph and Mikey, I think, are the standout ones. But then we get a new look for Splinter as well, and I love it. He looks so great, and I love just seeing Splinter just do things because he looks so cool. Shredder doesn't look too bad. He doesn't look as intimidating as he did in the 2003 series, because he looked like really bulky in the armor and everything. In this one, he doesn't really, but he does sound scary. He does have a great voice, and that's not just him though. Everyone has great voices. Everyone does a great job voice acting. Everyone here does a great job, even if Leo's voice does change like 3 times during the course of the show, I believe. And the last voice actor was Seth Green, who I thought at first didn't sound too great, but he really grew into a role and ended up sounding really great. And then you can't forget Ron Paulson as Donnie and Sean Astin as Raph, who I also thought was an odd voice choice, but he is absolutely amazing as Raph. He is one of the best Raph voices in my opinion. And with the animation, they made some really cool designs to the characters like Leatherhead, Tiger Claw, and Razor. But then probably the worst part about this show, easily probably one of the worst parts, is how gross they made some of the characters with the animation. Like, they are constantly being gross with the characters' designs, and some of the stuff that would happen and such, like when Mikey got pimples, that was gross. Let's just say they weren't afraid of being gross and showing it because it's like what boys like. I don't know. I don't know what the idea there was, to be constantly gross with some of the stuff. But there are times it legitimately made me sick to my stomach watching, and I wish I was joking. But yeah, anyway, more about the actual show. It does feel like any other TMNT show in the end, but there are some major differences in the show, some good, some bad. I will talk about the bad. April now being a kid about the same age of the Turtles, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, it wasn't so bad. But now Donatello has a crush on April throughout the entire show, and it's one of the most annoying things to watch because he is constantly shut down, but at the same time it sort of like comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just like he instantly falls in love with her, and it's just like, no, what are you guys doing? This is weird. It's weird. It just made me cringe. They changed Donatello into this utter nerd who is trying to get the girl, and it just comes off as weird. Yes, he is a nerd, but now he's like the nerdy boy trying to get the girl, and it's just weird. Like, they're trying to shoehorn this male-female relationship that just did not need to be there. Especially because April does not care, or at least, you know, very little too late kind of thing. Like, eventually she will start caring, but then Casey comes into it also, and then, like, him and Donnie are constantly fighting as to who loves April more, basically, and it's just, oh, gosh. It's so annoying. It's really, really annoying. And as well, it's just like, whenever April was around, with, like Donatello, he was always with her, and drooling over her, instead of hanging with his brothers and doing stuff with his brothers and interacting with them. You know, what we came to see, you know, and it's just annoying, because it just ruins Donatello as a character in this. I didn't really care for Donatello at all. Okay, I didn't exactly hate him, I just didn't care for him, because they just ruined him. Yeah, what are you doing? You know, when he was interacting with his brothers, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved him interacting with them. When he was interacting with April, whenever April was around, he was just always drooling over her, and it was just annoying. It's not what I want to see. Just who the hell made this kind of decision, and everyone thought it was okay? Because we needed to make April useful and bring her into the series more. The series is not about her. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and April. But man, they started to make the show about her, and basically everything with April was bad. I did not care one bit about her, because every time the story included her, it went off the rails, and it was just dumb as hell. But yeah, like, she gets psychic powers, able to blast people away and use telekinesis, and like, it's, by the end of it, it's just so dumb. And like, they even make it look like she gets like the killing blow on Shredder. And it's like, no, you better not end it like that. Do not end it like that. That is pathetically stupid. It made me really mad whenever she started using psychic powers. It was so stupid, so stupid. So, yeah, that story sucks, but the overall story is not bad. In the story, Shredder and Splinter were friends, but then Splinter fell in love with a girl, who Shredder was also in love with, but she chose Splinter over him, and then, like, Splinter has a baby with her. But then at some point, Shredder burned down Splinter's home along with his wife and child. So yeah, that happened. This show can get dark, at least more darker than I thought it was, being Nickelodeon and all, but it definitely has its moments. And as it goes on, well, as I said, spoilers, okay, spoilers. So Kawaii comes into it later, and turns out she is Splinter's daughter, the one that was supposedly killed in the fire. This entire time, Shredder has been raising her as his own daughter, to a point he has like tricked his own brain into thinking that that's his real daughter, pretty much. I honestly loved what they did here. Made for some great storytelling, a good little twist here and there to the TMNT formula and all this, like what you expect from a story. They did change it around a little bit. I don't know what it's like in the comics or whatever, but it's different to the other TV shows anyway. It really brings in more of a story with Splinter and Shredder and a hate for each other, and Splinter wanted to get revenge for finding out his daughter is still alive, but one of the bad guys. But then she too is then trying to figure out what she should do herself. Splinter is her dad, but Shredder raised her, yeah, but only to be a weapon though in the end. So maybe he isn't, but maybe he still is. It's great, honestly. I love the overall story, what they did here with Shredder. But that doesn't start to happen until later. The first story they do is about the Krang, and oh boy, they get old real fast. For one, they all look the same, like having the same kind of stupid look to them. And then they're constantly talking in a robotic way and saying the same thing over and over again. It's just the way they say it. It gets old really fast. I was hoping they would like probably use do jokes with it a lot more, but they don't. And it just gets really annoying. Here's an example, basically. Krang sees the strange mutants known as turtles. Krang attacks these mutants known as turtles. Just shut up and do the thing! It's along those lines. They just get really annoying. They keep referring to themselves as, yeah, the Krang, but then it's just like the strange mutants known as turtles. Oh my god, just the turtles, just stop. They get so annoying. But like, the story is good when they are focusing on Shredder and Kawaii and all that. When they bring in like the new baddies like Tiger Claw and Dog Pound changes it to Waza, who looks freaking cool. And later bringing in Bebop and Rocksteady, which were funny. Not a huge fan of Bebop though in this version, mostly because of his redesign, and he had like this whole technology thing he had going for him, like being able to turn invisible and throwing his mohawk around. But whatevs, I could deal with it since they were still funny enough. So some of these individual episodes were really good. I focused on like a random villain or whatever. They were quite good. I could enjoy them, except when they were outright gross, of course. Overall, it was half and half. I do think overall, it was enjoyable enough to keep watching until the conclusion. And it does have a great conclusion, probably the best out of all the shows. But then it screws it up with the Tales of series or whatever it did of season 5 of the show. It just goes off the handles and it's just horrible. Not only do they screw up the excellent ending by like continuing the story in some strange and stupid way, but then they do completely random ass stories like one of the world being completely destroyed, humans are all dead and only Raph is alive, and with a full grown beard and everything, and Donatello is a robot. But then later they do find Mikey, who's like an old sage now, and then Leo is like a freakish muted who is like the leader of the bad guys. What? This entire thing, as though it was just like a homage to Mad Max, basically. It was like that kind of style and everything. It's so weird, it just comes out of nowhere. Like, it just suddenly starts up with, like, you see Raph with a beard and everything. It's like, what the hell is going on here? And they do this throughout season 5, where they do like 4 or 5 episodes of them in a random location. They do it, they you know, solve that problem or whatever, they finish that episode, and then it just suddenly starts up a whole new, like, another 4 or 5 episodes or something else. It's really weird. It's really weird, and you know it was there just to sell toys, basically. That's what it feels like. It was just literally just advertising for the toys, and that sucks. That sucks so much because, as I said, 4th season ended amazingly. It was one of the best TMNT endings. It was one of the best things they could do. But yeah, they just screwed it up so badly. Season 5 is a mess. Do not bother watching it. Season 4 edged really well and it was worth watching it to that point. Onward? No, it just lost itself. Also with Season 4 though, that's when they start doing the space stuff, and it always seems like we're kind of rushing through the storylines and such and already getting into like all the outer space and all that. Yeah, there's a part of me that just kind of gave up at that point. I do love the Triceratons though, but I stuck with it in Season 4 and it did end up getting really good towards the end. I really did think it was worth watching. So there are a lot of letdowns, but overall there are some great fight scenes. There are some great back and forth between the turtles with them being brothers and all, and I really like them in this series. You do get some of the same stories, with Leo getting hurt, for example, and they go off to the farm, which as well as when Seth Green takes over as Leo, and Raph kind of mention it, like along the lines of, oh, they must have punched your throat or something because your voice has changed. Or something like that. It was along those lines, and that was kind of funny. So it had its moments. There were so many references in that season too, like horror stuff, like Jason Voorhees was referenced, and all that kind of stuff. It was cool, but at the same time, it did take away from its own identity. Like, they referenced things so many times throughout the whole show, it does start to lose itself. They're great, but at the same time, a lot of it is like stuff kids would not know, like Jason Voorhees, for example. Like, kids wouldn't really know that. So it was weird, but like I did like seeing some of these references. It just made it lose some of its own identity, though. Anyway, though, this review has gone on for too long now. In the end, the show isn't bad. It's got some enjoyable moments in it. And it's got some funny moments. It has some really sad parts as well. I'll be lying if I didn't say it didn't make me cry in the end. I will say that much. So that's why I'll give this movie a score of 6 out of 10 foxes. As I said, there's some good moments, but definitely some bad moments too that hold it back from being a great show. But there are some good villains and some great storylines that made me continue to watch it, so that's why I give it a 6 at least. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. But then so at some point, Shredder burned down his house along with his wife. It's a shame, because yeah, the others look great. Raph and Mikey, I think, are the standout ones. Why is that a fly? Piss off, fly. Better not be ruining my audio. Where was I? Go! Fly! Stay near the window. Craig sees the strange mutant noted. There. Here's an example, basically. Craig sees the strange mutant noted. Bleh. This is going to be annoying. I should just put up a video instead of doing this. Craig sees a strange mutant known as turtles. Craig attacks. There. Let's start again. Nope.